of stuff to do. Difficult game about climbing. Sponsored Super Auto Pets-esque Pokemon-inspired Auto Battler Cattlemon. Dipped in Mama Liz's chili oil from 10 a.m. to noon. Jackbox, noon to 2. We got a busy day. By the way, a lot of people have accused me of being a misogynist for observing phenomenon that surround me in real life, such as when you go to a sushi restaurant, you see more women than men. Really? Would a misogynist buy chamois butter, pH balanced anti-chafe cream for her? Would a misogynist buy this? I don't think so. Nobody respects women more than me. You stole it from them? I guess I did deprive a woman cyclist of being able to buy this. Can I tell you how it happened, though? I went to the bike shop because I needed some anti-chafe cream. And, I've been rolling Nat Zeros on Charisma lately. I looked around the bike shop for chamois butter, and all I could find was chamois butter for women. And there was only one container of it left. So I took it up to the front and I said, hey, do you guys have any chamois butter for men? And I think the dude thought that I was being an asshole or something. I wasn't being an asshole. I was more like, I don't know if I need all the tea tree oils and stuff. I don't know if I need the pH balance. I wasn't afraid of the product. I was just like, maybe there's a better fit. And then he went I don't know if we have any more. We might have some in the back. But he was clearly like, don't make me walk to the back. And then I said, you know what? I think I'll just send it with this. And then he said, yeah, don't worry. It won't hurt you. And I was like, what are we doing here, man? Are we having a dispute? I came into your store as a patron to buy a product, and now I feel maligned for some reason. Then, a different clerk was checking me out, not with her eyes, but with her cash register. And my daughter was with me, and she had her hands in my pockets, she was trying to pull my pants down, my back pockets on my jeans. And I said, can you please take your hands out of my pockets? The metaphor is too on the nose. And she hit me with a stone face is that a joke? That's not funny at all. So I just said, okay, goodbye. I took my tube of anti-chafe cream and I walked out of the store. I was trying to brighten people's day, man. I was just walking around telling my little jokes, and then it turns out, I don't know, I guess fuck me. It was a tough crowd. Holy. Actually, I forgot there was a third thing. The dude picked up the tube and said, this has to be a 3-year supply of anti-chafe cream. And I said, it's 6 months if you're a real chafer. And he hit me again with no response, bro. I thought he would obviously understand that was a joke, but I think he was like, wow, this guy's weirdly antagonistic. Just, I'm hitting zeros, man. I don't know what to say. Or ones, I guess. Anyway, hold. I thought it was funny. That's the important part. Oh, I touched the top wall. I touched the top wall. Oh, man. You might have to work on your intonation. Nah, bro, these jokes are good. They need to work on the intonation of their ears, as far as I'm concerned. I honestly don't really care if, a retail clerk laughs at my jokes. If I think they're funny, that's all that matters. Next time I'm hitting them with a 2X Pimpy for sure. Ooh. Hold. I watched Grosse Pointe Blank last night and really liked it. Thanks for recommending it. Good movie. Good movie, fun movie, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Also, great soundtrack. It really feels like a movie they don't make anymore. Best movie of all time? No. Good movie, though. I just like John Cusack. He's a good actor. Hold. 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 I mean, it's no Dune 2, but like, come on. Whee! Hey, Audio Dragon, Audio Jungle. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Thank you. Tweet this, NL. When you're at a crosswalk waiting to turn and you wave the pedestrian through, no one has ever had more power than that. I gotta tell you, I think you gotta work on your intonation. I'm not totally convinced that that tweet would pop off. Worst tweet of all time. It's not the worst tweet of all time. I'm not sure it fits for me personally. Next time. Plus, you can't tweet about driving. People get very offended about the driving these days. I hate it when drivers try to wave me through when they have the right of way. I mean, I think that's a normal take. I think both drivers and pedestrians, 90% plus, just want everybody to predictably follow the rules of the road and the priorities as listed in the driver handbook. Instead of like, you know, a car that doesn't, like, sometimes you'll be crossing at something that isn't even a crosswalk. So you'll be waiting on the sidewalk about to cross, and then like it's a 60-kilometer-an-hour road and the car will just stop to let you through. And they're like, so they'll hit you with like the hand wave and you're like, buddy, just because you're stopped, like you actually created like a more dangerous situation, because now I can't see past you diagonally to see if there's like another car coming in the other lane that will just kill me, because why would they expect there to just be a halt to the flow of traffic right here? And you just got to go, man. Yes, I did see the bridge collapse in Baltimore after being hit with the ship. New nightmare unlocked for sure. I was on the bridge when it happened. I don't believe you, but let's pretend you're telling the truth. What was that like? America and failing bridges, name a more iconic duo. Bitch, you got hit by a ship. It's not like that it was just a failure of engineering. The ship plowed into the fucking support, man. Hold. 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 It is crazy. I know that this is how physics works, though, but it's crazy that something moving so slow can carry so much kinetic energy just because it's so massive. Like I feel like in the firmware of the human brain, it's like strong impacts can only be created by things that are moving quickly. This thing was moving at like 100 meters per hour, and it was like the bridge got hit by an artillery shell. It's crazy. Oh. Hold. How do you drive a ship so bad? I mean, apparently, like, they were losing power or something like that. That's what's scary about ships, is like, it's like a train, right? Like, you got a lot of time to know that something bad is gonna happen, but at the same time, like, you can't really do that much about it because you have so much inertia to begin with. Oh, hi, Tomo. Hi. 8 knots is pretty fast. Why? Okay, and don't say because they're on the water. Why do they have to use nautical miles or knots as your speed when you're on a boat? Why can't they just use land speed? What's the difference? It's just tradition? Really, there's no like, oh, on the water you have to use knots because, like, I don't know, I mean, I honestly can't even come up with like a plausible reason for it. It's just ocean law? All right. It goes back to the Imperial Mercantile Navy. Gatekeeping. I see what you're saying. It's gatekeeping. It is crazy though that, like, I mean, this is just the Don Norman demon inside of me. That's like literally like if you're sailing and you can make up any word for your speed, why would you pick a word that you're already probably shouting like 1,000 times a day on the deck of the ship in order to tell people to fucking like raise the mainsail and, you know, squib the jib and stuff like that? Like, will you really pick knots? That knots, the rope term is probably like a top 10 sailing term to begin with. And then they're like, what should we call like the speed that we navigate? Oh, I know, knots. Just seems like they could have used anything else. They could have just called it like squibble the D or something. It's because it's from the literal knots. I thought it was like knot was like a it was like a nickname because they're nautical miles. They're not? Okay, see, now it's getting even more confusing because of the use of the word knot. It's literally how many knots you tie in the rope. But then, like... Oh, no, I see what you're saying. Okay, so they would drop... To measure their speed, they would tie knots into a rope at regular intervals and, like, see how many were submerged behind the boat. And then they'd be like, holy cow, we're traveling, like, you know, 11 knots right now. That's crazy. Why didn't they just use a GPS? But then, like, isn't it now, like, now knots is nautical miles per hour or something? They, like, reverse engineered it to make it standardized? Sailing's crazy, bro. No shot I would have been a captain back in the day. I think I would have been like a pretty good like quartermaster or something like that. I even think I probably could have just been like a dude, you know, that's like part of the crew. I don't mind swabbing the poop deck. Shoving the big Q-tip into the cannon. Hydrate a little bit. Opinions on grog? I've never had it, but I think I would probably be for it. I would say, in theory, I love spending time with the boys. I also love idly complaining about the structures of power in an environment like a ship, but then also like not wanting to change it. I'll be like, could be worse, lads. At least the grog's not as watered down as me fucking britches. And then someone would be like, true, they should water down the grog less. And I'd be like, oh, leave them alone. It's a long voyage, mate. Bite your fucking tongue. Hold. So you would have been a loyalist? I don't know about all that. I don't really know how it worked in Canada, honestly. Which I should. The way I understand it, it was kind of like the US was like, stop taxing us without giving us any representation. And England was like, no. Pardon me, I should say the United Kingdom was like, no. So then they had like the Revolutionary War. And the United Kingdom lost, obviously. Then I think at some point Canada was just kind of like, can we have independent dominion? And then maybe because the US had already like glazed us so much, the United Kingdom was like, sure, no problem. We don't want another Revolutionary War. Hold. Hold. Washington actually invaded Canada during the Revolutionary War but was repelled? No, because Canada didn't exist. Washington invaded the United Kingdom. Which honestly seems like it's kind of like his right, considering they fucking invaded him first, bro. Come on. Hold. Hold. You ever seen the map that said the British were willing to give up most of Canada to not lose the Revolutionary War? How would that make sense? I don't understand. They would be like, no, 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 you guys, you still maintain like being a colony of the United Kingdom, but we'll free Canada? Like, what the hell is that? It's like when Apple gets sued for having a monopoly on phones and they're like, you got to spin out like Apple Fitness into its own company or something like that. It doesn't really solve the problem. Whee! Oh, they were going to give it to France to make them leave the war. Oh, okay. I need Lin-Manuel Miranda on this stat. I need a 4-hour-long musical about what the alternate history of what could have been. Did you see the 2-hour time lapse of this posted on Twitter? Yes, but also like I lived the 2 hours, so like of course I saw it. You're asking me now if I saw shit that I lived. Of course I did. It was me. Hold, hold. Hold, hold. Dune posting with sicko mode. My sister's Bene Gesserit body dipped in Mama Shai Halud's blue oil. Next time, next time. Hold, hold. Kill this bit and me with it. Oh, you're not a real Dune head, huh? You're not a real Duner. If you were a real chafer, you'd understand that. Oh, man. What about here? Hit my head on the damn rock. Hold. Hold. Hey, now how far have you made it? About 15 seconds past this point. Oh, man. I'm also sorry to report, by the way, I have to make an admission today. Yesterday, there was an enormous spider in my bathroom, and I said, I have no quarrel with you if you have no quarrel with me. I was in the shower, I saw it scurry across the bathroom floor, and I said, out of sight, out of mind, brother, not my problem. Today, I got in the shower, turned on the water, and the dude was skittering on the floor of the shower, and I said, okay, buddy, you just don't have good fucking sense. You don't have common sense. I was forced to kill it. Because I'm like, I'm not taking a shower and this thing like scurries over my big toe or something like that. You gotta go. It had to be done. Oh! Oh, man. We're already like halfway through the segment. Come on. I bought the mouse that lives with us, a little red speedster like Stuart Little. I hear that, the mouse and the damn motorcycle. Those books went hard in the 3rd grade. Curse of shower spider. I don't care if that shit's offensive. I laugh every time. I'm sorry. You hook me up to a damn polygraph, I'll tell you the same thing. Hey, NL, do you laugh at the Curse of Ra every time it's posted? Yes, I do. I do indeed. When are you due for a Costco trip? Why, are you trying to kill me? No? All right, well then, honestly, it doesn't seem like any of your business then. Still got tons of spiced Coke Zero in the fridge, unfortunately. He wants to go halvesies on bagels. You don't want to go halvesies on bagels with me, because I don't need to go halvesies on bagels. I buy 2 half dozen, I eat 2 half dozen. If anything, the bagels are what I'm missing right now. I know we go through this every time and it starts an argument. You go to the grocery store, they're selling you half-assed bagels. 220 calories a bagel. That's not a bagel that a real eater can get down with. You go to Costco, cheddar jalapeno bagels, 330 calories a bagel. That's the kind of carbohydrate fuel that you need before a long Peloton ride. 220 calories? I mean, that's only giving you enough carbs to get through like the first 26 minutes or something like that. Oh! So you buy a dozen? Yeah, but I'm denoting it as 2 half dozen because they sell them in half dozen packages, but it's kind of like fucked up because you have to buy 2 packages. You can't, if you go to the checkout with 1, they will kill you. Hold. Hold. Also, I know that people aren't going to like this. I'm sure you can get better bagels, but if you go to like a Canadian grocery store and you buy Dempster's bagels or you buy Western Family bagels, they literally stay good for like 3 weeks. That's troubling. You get a Costco cheddar jalapeno bagel, if you don't put them in the fridge or the freezer, they start going off in like 4 days. So there's something real in those Costco bagels, at least. It's a negative in a sense, because you got to be much more like attentive to them and their current state. But it's also like, holy cow, what the hell are they putting in the Dempster's bagels, man? Oh, man. Since when do you say bagel like a normal person? Since all the American 14-year-old kids in my chat bullied me? Americans, when someone from a different part of the world does things slightly differently. Americans, when they get older and then travel around the world and realize almost every place has just been turned into some version of America. You reap what you fucking sow, brother. Come on. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, man. I won't be held accountable for globalization. Oh, really? Where'd you buy that t-shirt, brother? My mom made it. That's actually kind of sick. I like that. Next question. $9.30, huh? As a fellow IPA defender, what do you think about IPA naming conventions for small batch breweries? Beer naming is definitely cooked. I mean, in Vancouver, we're spoiled for choice. So, you know, like there's some of them have sensible names and some of them have insane names. But like definitely, I feel like over the past 5 or 6 years, so many breweries have come out and just started naming them like references to like old movies. You're my boy, Blue Double IPA. Did we just become best friends? Triple Citra hopped IPA. Like it's just... Hold on. Do the chickens have large talons? Gose? It's just, it's a little too much. I like when they call it like what happens to you when you drink it. Fucking Bone Shaker. That's a good name. Nail Biter. Diarrhea. That's the shit, man. Anxiety Attack. I'll get a 4-pack of Anxiety Attack tall cans, please. For some reason, it's 14% ABV. The shit your pants dunkle. Oh, man. I did see the video of the lady who was buying Happy Soda from the gas station, and then she was telling everybody about it, and then one of her friends was like, did you know that's basically like crack cocaine? But then apparently that TikTok, it was not correct. Apparently it was actually just like a THC infused soda or something like that. Lock in, please. Okay, this one's for you. Oh, all right. It's an opiate. Yeah, but so is Imodium. Didn't we do this bit already? There's only like, there's actually only like 4 different drugs on the market. There's like SSRIs, opiates, pseudoephedrine, and like Tylenol. And then every time like a new drug comes out, you're like, which one is it? And they're like, it's just pseudoephedrine again. Sorry. This is pseudoephedrine with a little bit of Benadryl in it. This one's pseudoephedrine with a little bit of Tylenol in it. Hold, hold. Dipped in. Is you okay? All right. Dipped in. Dr. Zhivago, a brief encounter. We're having a lean night. I hear what you're saying. I know exactly what you're talking about. For free. Hey, Anel, when was the last time it snowed in Vancouver? February? Actually snowed like the day we left for Orlando. Not much though. Did it stick? I don't know. My ass was in Florida. I'm gonna guess no. It didn't? Hey, did you see the tweet? Apparently there's a big Smash tournament in Vancouver this weekend. It said, hey Smashers, in Vancouver for Battle of BC 6. Just so you know, do not go to Bin 4 Burger Lounge and take advantage of their nighttime deal, half-price burger if you buy a beverage after 9 p.m. They will hate you, and when they find out you play Smash Brothers, they will kill you. I wanted to reply. The person who tweeted it does not follow me, and they have like 500 followers, but I wanted to reply, hey, listen, why don't you just go down the street? Hang on. You're on Granville in like the Fairview district anyway. I'm going to need you to go down the street, okay? I don't know if it'll still be open. You're going to go to a sandwich place called Mangia's Sandwiches. Now, it's not like the same kind of late night. You're not going to be getting any beers there, but if you're looking for a lunch in the neighborhood, Mangia Sandwiches will treat you right. Great Italian deli-style sandwiches, literally like 2 blocks away from Bin 4 Burger Lounge. It's a nice area of Granville. There's lots of good stuff there. So close, so close. Hold. Hold. Also, I'm not gonna, like, I don't know what happened at Bin 4 Burger Lounge. So, like, I'm not gonna, I've heard good things about the restaurant. I've heard bad things about the restaurant. I'm not throwing the restaurant under the bus, but I'm also not just discounting this person's experience. Oh, they were at the one in Burnaby? Oh, well, I don't know shit about Burnaby, bro. I don't know. You can go to, you know, Joey or something like that. You can go to the Cactus Club Cafe. Anybody tell me the venue for the Battle of British Columbia 6? It's the University of British Columbia? Well, then your fucking ass was not at the Bin 4 Burger Lounge in Burnaby, bro. What do you take, the 99B line for like 9 hours? I could see you going from UBC to Fairview. You know, that's one bus, bro. You just go on Broadway. Your ass it should not go from UBC to Burn. I mean, I guess if like your Airbnb's out there or something, then you got to do what you got to do, but... Can you talk like this, but about Lisbon instead? How'd you see the tweet? I don't know, man, because like it just surfaced on my Twitter algorithm today. Probably because I'm from British Columbia and I follow Ludwig and Slime. So I get Vancouver posts and I get Smash posts, and the algorithm successfully was like, hey, it's a Vancouver Smash post. You might be interested in this. And look at this here. We're talking about it right now. Hold. Mangia better be paying for this. They don't need to pay. They got good sandwiches at a fair price. Hold. It's not an ad. They don't have to pay me. Fresh sliced pizza, they have to pay me. Manja, just greet me with a smile when I come in. They open in 20 minutes. Anyone want to meet me there? I mean, getting a deli sandwich at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday is fucking crazy. But more power to you. Fresh Slice or Pizza Garden? I mean, it's honestly like asking whether you'd rather eat like a sandwich or just like shove a spoon into the compost bin. Like Pizza Garden kicks the shit out of fresh slice, man. Pizza Garden 10 times out of 10. I mean, Pizza Garden 11 times out of 10. Hold, hold. Now, in a pinch, if me and my daughter are at Marine Gateway or something like that, and we want a little snack, sure, maybe I'd hop by the fresh slice there and get like, you know, 2 slices of pepperoni. She can have one, I can have one, but I like fresh slice. I'm a different kind of beast. I mean, I'm a different kind of beast. I play Falco. I know what you're talking about. Hold! No Smash memes? Why added the algorithm, man? The algorithm. Oh. Oh. You think the devs were cooking with this part of the game? It beats the shit out of the girder, at least, man. The side of my thumb's starting to hurt from mashing the space bar. Hold. Hold. Oh, man. Watch the speed run so you know how to do it? No, I'll just figure it out. Builds character. I agree. I agree. We're not afraid to fail. That was close. That one felt good. Thoughts on the new NFL kickoff procedure? I don't know why when I saw procedure, I immediately thought you were going to ask me about a vasectomy. I saw that they changed the rule, but I didn't see what the rule change is. But I did see that they now made it illegal to tackle because the NFL has gone woke. So I'm going to tell you one thing for the next NFL season. Bet the over. Defense is now illegal. Hold. I will say though, when I understand why they did it, so people didn't die as quickly, at least. But when I watched the NFL as a teenager, the kickoff was like actually exciting. I guess the kickers were like a little bit worse. You know, they still like smoked cigarettes. And they weren't professional soccer players who then pivoted to the NFL. But like the kickoff would usually land at like the 5-yard line, and the receiving team would at least like give it a crack, right? They would try to run it back for a touchdown. That's how you got your Devin Hesters, your Reggie Bush, your Dante Hall, et cetera, et cetera. Went like 15 years without watching the NFL. Watched a few games this season. Literally every single kick is out of the end zone. Like, the kickers got too good, man. Oh, they moved it. They moved it up? Oh. There was a point where I was kind of like, you know, why do they even kick it off? Like, every single one is a touchback. They should just give the other team the ball at the 20. It's the 25 now? Because of woke? Yes. They want less runbacks. Oh, I get it, because, like, you know, when a dude is running at literally, like, 20 miles an hour and then collides with, like, a 312-pound lineman who can do the 40-yard dash in 4.1 seconds, like, that's a lot of kinetic energy getting transferred directly into your skull. But, like, for the viewer, it freaking pops off, man. They should give one person on the field a sniper rifle. That would actually be kind of sick. As long as it was just like a rubber bullet. Imagine you got nothing but daylight in front of you. You're on like the opposing team's 40-yard line. All of a sudden, you just get shot with a tranq dart in your Achilles. Ooh. Oh, man. 15 minutes, motherfucker. Yeah, you should be able to ult like once a game. Every team should have a unique ult. Like the Baltimore Ravens have a defensive ult. They can freeze everybody on the opposition for 2 seconds, but they themselves are unaffected. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes would love the ult where when activated, the receivers literally can't drop the ball. That would be a first for him. Am I right, Tony? Hold. Oh, man. Did you see the 2-hour time lapse of you? We're gonna, at this point, we're gonna have a 2-hour time lapse of me being asked the same fucking question. Two pumps. Okay, let's try it. 2 pumps. But then I don't have the right momentum here. 2 pumps. Like, that doesn't seem right. That seemed way worse. Don't go type A on me. After 45 minutes, you're going type A on me? This is weak, bro. I'm a different kind of beast. I play climbing game. Oh, that was good. We're climbing, guys. Of course we spend 5 hours at the Rock. Talk about Daegu more? Nothing much to say. There was a Bennigan's. I never went to it. I still think, like, Daegu just reminds me of the fact that I've only been to 2 Outback Steakhouses in my entire life. And one of them was in Daegu, South Korea, and the other one was in the Orlando airport. So I think, like, it actually might be, like, my least favorite restaurant of all time, but I don't know if I've actually had, like, a representative Outback Steakhouse experience. Hold. Is it the one next to the big construction? Like the building in front of it has all the green shit? Brother, I lived there in 2010. I don't fucking know. Parasocial ass. I have no idea if they're doing construction. I don't even know what the road is called that it's on. In Daegu, South Korea. I have no idea, man, what kind of infrastructure projects they're working on that right there. I have no clue. Are you on Google Maps right now? Are you on Naver Maps? No. One of the crazy things, so we were in Korea in 2018, right? Crazy thing, Korea, they do things their own way, right? They didn't use Google Chrome at the time. They used Internet Explorer, which I always thought was insane. They don't use like Google as much. They use an equivalent service called Naver. But like due to the way that the navigation in the country works, you know how Google Maps is like turn left on fucking like, you know, Main Street? Naver Maps will literally give you directions that are like turn left at like Happy Cow Butcher Shop. So you're out walking and looking up like 12 stories trying to figure out, because like it's not outlaid like a Western city necessarily where like all the businesses are on the bottom. Like the businesses stack up into the skyscrapers. You're going around like, where the fuck is Happy Cow Butcher Shop, bro? It's crazy. It works for them though. Oh! Next time? Next time. Transit system is great in Seoul. No doubt about it. Well, my mom was telling me, I think my mom is becoming like an r/fuck cars mod. She was telling me she watched this video about like public transit in Canada versus public transit in Tokyo versus public transit in Seoul. And she was like talking smack about Canadian public transit. And I was like, listen, you're not wrong, but listen, lady. Seoul has like half of Canada's population in city that's probably like got the same city limits as like Edmonton, Alberta. Like they have some advantages, okay, when it comes to building public transit. Same thing with Tokyo. You know, they have like, I don't know, like 20, 30 million people in the metropolitan area. They have like all of Canada living in one city. So I'm not saying it's easier to build public transit, but you got to, you know, dig less tunnels and place less tracks for sure. Plus, Vancouver has pretty good public transit. We're about to open our 4th fucking subway line. That's pretty good for a city the size of Vancouver. And the buses go crazy. The only problem is, of course, they do also still have to go on the road. Yeah. Oh! Ooh. Hold. Okay, again. We talking about Subway now? Yeah, but the train, not the restaurant. Although I did see an ad for Subway, and I was like, how the mighty have fallen. When I was in university, the thing that I need to explain to you about Subway, if you're younger than I am, is that $5 footlongs was an unprecedented promotion because it actually like cut the price of Subway sandwiches by 30%. It's something I think I've never seen a business do before or since. Footlongs were like $8.99 in 2007, and they said, fuck it, $5 footlongs, 08 to 2011. Like, it's actually, I've never heard of a business doing it before or since. Anyway, like half the footlongs at the restaurant were $5 in 2009. Saw an ad yesterday, limited time only, $5 6-inch sandwiches. Oh, by the way, the only sandwich that qualifies, ham. Who the fuck's ordering a ham sandwich at Subway, man? It's like the most cooked sandwich at the restaurant. It's more cooked than Veggie Delight. It's more cooked than the tuna that was found by a lab to have no tuna DNA in it. Hold. Let go. Oh, that was close. That was close. Okay, now you gotta let go gently. Hold. Okay, you're back. You're back. We get one more crack at this, then we should probably pivot or at least get ready to pivot. I think, here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to clear my mind. And then I'm not going to think about it much. I'm just going to believe in my kinematics. Is my mind clear? Yes. Okay. Wasn't even fucking within 7 zip codes of the wheel. Wasn't even close. Should have kept it clogged, maybe. You're right. Seems like the more I talk, the better I do. Should try it while singing. So true. I can't get to sleep. Who's your pick to win the NCAA tournament? I'm going to say George Mason. Bank it. Like they said on ESPN, a lot of people would call this wagering. What I call it, risk-free passive investment. How about the women's? You got to go Iowa State, brother. Thoughts on Shohei Ohtani? You think he did that shit? Nah, I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention. Oh! Speaking of ESPN, did you watch Dan do the A7FL stream on Sunday? I did. Dan did a stream where he commentated a game for a football league called A7FL. It's the American Sevens Football League. They play 7 aside and they wear no helmets. The idea, and I'm reserving judgment. The idea is that helmets and pads incentivize risky play, like because you use your helmet as like the moment when you tackle somebody. I'm just not qualified enough to judge whether that makes sense, but it does say no helmets, no concussions. I don't know if that's the kind of claim they can back up, but anyway, I thought it was a lot of fun, man. It was kind of like NFL Blitz in real life. Like the defense had no power whatsoever. On every single play, the quarterback was airing it out like 60 yards. Players had emojis on their jerseys. They didn't have their real names on their jerseys. On the back of it, it just said like Mr. Do It Again, the Hard Body King and stuff like that. Some of the big guys had like 3 jersey numbers instead of just a 2-digit number. Like one of the biggest guard on the one team, his number was 232. I was like, this fucking sick, bro. Mike gonna make it? Yeah, man. One of the dudes was dressed as Frozone. It was kind of sick, honestly. Not to mention, it had that vibe of like they were playing at like a high school football field in New Jersey. It's like in CONCACAF Champions League when like the Seattle Sounders play against some high school team from Honduras and the field is just like covered in holes that have been filled with rainwater and stuff like that, and every time the ball hits it, it just dies. Hold! Okay. Let's slash marker.